$46,900 is what this car cost me over the last 9 years. Total engine build, paintwork, wide body, the wheels, everything. The interest on the loan. Like, that's what I spent on this C5 Z06 that I have finally sold. I don't think I talked about it much in any of my videos, but all my friends knew that pretty much within the first year of me buying this car, I was like, I want to sell it and get something different. I never really I liked it. It was a great car. Just from a lot of reasons, it's been a good car. It was a lot of fun, a lot of good memories, track days, all that stuff was all good. But I never loved it. Like, there are some cars you get in and you're like, I will never sell this car. Like, this thing is awesome. Like, I will do whatever I have to do to keep this car. This one never really got that hook on me. And I never knew why. But I've sold it finally. I'm taking a gigantic bath on it. Like anybody else that sells a heavily modified car. And I mean, if you've seen the older videos, I guess I have talked about selling it the last few months. I parted out a lot of it. I took the wide body back off, the wheels, the big brake kit, all that stuff, and sold it separate and recovered a lot of the money, but we're still talking like a very, very considerable loss. And I guess in a lot of ways, it's not about making money, and it's not about the end result. The journey of getting there is ultimately where the value is. Like, the build itself is fun. The end result was a little underwhelming, but the build itself was fun. You know, all the Tail of the Dragon trips we went on, the track days I would do and everything. Like, those are all good memories I have. I took this car on a lot of long road trips because it just worked. And it was good on gas. It was practical. Like, I bought this car at 21 when I was in college, and I drove it every day. It was my daily for so many years. Took a lot of people out on rides to, scare them and everything, and it, was fun. And fun's what matters. Like, can you really put a dollar amount on stuff like that? Not really, but I really hope to make this kind of final thought, reflective video on my ownership of the car, driving it. But the weather's been bad. We've had a lot of snow. I didn't want to drive it in the snow. Now it's tentatively sold, and it's raining, and it's on NTO1s, and it's 20 degrees out, and it's bad luck to drive a car you already sold. It's even worse luck when you're setting yourself up for failure like that. I would love to take it for one more rip, but it's just not a good idea. But let's talk about it. So this video will probably come out as the first of a series of videos I made. I talk about the 9-year cost of ownership, only on the essentials, what it costs for me to own the car, stuff like that. And I really think there is still not a better car on the market other than maybe an LS3 C6 than one of these. I think those two are in very close contention for the money. I don't think an E90 M3 or an E46 M3 or anything really compares to these cars as far as the overall performance for the dollar. I think I would absolutely buy another one. And I have a feeling within 2 or 3 years, I will want another one. Just knowing how I am, I'll want another one. I don't think I would heavily modify it again. I think these cars, this is probably part of it is me getting older. They are their best in their purest form. 405 horsepower, stock clutch, maybe just good pads and good tires, and that car is an absolute riot. You don't need the extra 150 horsepower that this car has. You don't need a crazy 390 gear set. You don't need crazy maybe full bolt-ons at the most, Veraram and headers, catch can, that's it. No cam, no anything. Just take the car, drive it, enjoy it, beat on it while it's in its most reliable state, because a lot of people rag on GM for it. I do think that OEMs generally do a lot better as far as engineering goes than the aftermarkets do, and it always kind of hits me in the ego a little bit when I do build a car, because I do feel like I'm smart enough and I plan enough and I really lay out how I want things to go that I think I can achieve close to an OEM level result, and I never do. I miss the mark, and it's always by 5 or 10% within what I'd want, and it always bugs me. But they have the unlimited budget and the unlimited refinement to get the car dialed in the way they want. They have in-house tuners. They're not out looking for somebody that's like, oh, I mean, it's good enough. Like, no, I want perfect. I will pay you for perfect, but you know, they don't exist. Stuff like that. You know, it's been a lot of fun. Seeing that number when I totaled up my my crazy stack of receipts. This is only parts, not even all the parts. This was just like really basic stuff, like you know, this was all the engine parts, the radiators over the years, the fuel pump, the diff rebuild kit, the torque tube rebuild kit, the starter I put on the after Christmas, like stuff like that. That just, it's a drag. I mean, I'm taking a big hit, but I think anyone that builds a car takes a big hit, and you do have to ask yourself, like, is it really worth it at the end of the day? Like, you know, I said earlier in the video, like it's more about the journey. It is about the build. It's about the planning, the assembly, the figuring things out, getting that kind of hit of the good brain chemicals when you figured out, like, oh, this is how I'm going to do this, and you hit a snag and you figure it out, and like you feel good, and that's what it's about. The dyno sheet's just for like internet arguments and dick measuring, in all seriousness. And like, this car made 460 wheel, and a lot of people say it's low, but when I met up with Jeremy Formato from Faster Prompts to tune it, he was blown away at the power made. He's like, I can't believe this car made this power, stock bottom end, and he's like, you did this yourself? And like, he was super impressed, and that made me feel so good about the whole thing. Like, I was like, okay, I did do something right. But the drivability was never where I wanted it. And I do think if that was a little better, and it wasn't constantly having like goofy issues, like I put 3 starters on it in the last couple of years. I killed 2 alternators, but like I can't find any signs of electrical issues. It's not overcharging, anything like that. I think it's just heat and the environments I subjected to at the track and stuff, I guess, is what's tearing it up. I don't know, but it starts to just burn you out, you know, and you fix one thing and another thing breaks, because at the end of the day, it's an old car. It's a 2003. It's 22 years old, almost 24 in car years, or 23 in car years. Old car, like, it's old. It's got 140,000 miles on it. It's gonna have issues. Things are just gonna break when they get that old into that mileage. But yeah, I'm actually gonna be a little sad to see it go. I think 9 years is a long time. It was my first LS car, first LS build. You know, I learned a lot about the LS platform. I learned that the Gen 3 platform is quickly being abandoned not by the aftermarket, but at least the shops around here. They won't tune them. They won't do anything with them. So it's something to consider if you're in the market for one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would do it again. And I think I've made a video before, like when I finished the build, I totaled all the costs up, and I think my answer then was like, I would probably do it again. I don't think I would anymore. You know, for 46 grand, I could have bought not a ZR1, especially not with modern ZR1 prices, but you could get a nice C6Z. I could have got a 911 of some kind, a nice new Cayman. My Lotus was about 46 grand, you know, and obviously I paid that over 9 years. It's totally different than going out and buying a car tomorrow for, you know, 50 grand. But yeah, it's bittersweet. I do wish I could drive it like one more time and beat on it, but not a good idea. I've had plenty of fun in it. So I guess I'll just throw in a bunch of random clips I have. Tail of the Dragon clips, Cruise Week clips, random clips with friends and stuff. Yeah, a lot of good memories of this car. Well, I don't think this video accomplished anything, but thank you all for watching, and look forward to the content I have coming after.
Hey guys, just McDent here, right in the back of Ryan's Corvette. Smash that motherfucking like and subscribe button.
Found the problem.
They're gonna be rebuildable.
I
guess we'll see what happens inside.
I hope so. Yeah,
she's fucked. Get all the pieces of the fucking bearing out. Shit. That'll make some not good noises for sure.
Oh, I can't drive like that, buddy.